This is a business story, but the kind you might not hear that often in upstate New York, a story of growth. Meyda Tiffany's history almost comes out of a storybook. What started as a hobby in the early 1970s is now America's largest maker of Tiffany-style decorative lighting.
It started as a hobby when my father was retired from being a butcher. They took a course at continuing education together, my mother and father. And within a week or two, I think my father was teaching the instructor. As they were building the stuff that they were making for a hobby, they started to collect, and they gave a few pieces away to their friends and relatives. And as people saw what they were making, once in a while the phone would ring and somebody would ask if we could repair a window or make them a special lamp or make some special little gift items, and we always took the order.
The hobby grew as the Cohens got more requests for custom glasswork. It became a serious full-time business after Bob began driving around the state with extra samples of their work.
I think at the time I had a 1966 Volkswagen bus, and instead of driving it directly back to Utica and putting it in the shop, I just had to drive around the North Country and try to sell it to lighting stores or antique stores or gift shops, which I had some success with. I would stop at any little business that I thought could possibly display a lamp and sell it, and I'd walk in and plug it in and try to make a sale, and that's how the wholesale end of the whole business started.
Tiffany lamps are world famous, and authentic originals are almost unbelievably valuable. The Cohen family found a healthy market for Tiffany reproductions and adaptations.
Tiffany's were popular until about 1930, until about the Depression. And from the Depression until about the mid-50s, people were cleaning Tiffany's out of their attics. They were throwing them on the side of the road. Around the mid-50s or early 60s, a few collectors and antique dealers started to realize that maybe this was something that should be looked at again. As we got closer into the 70s, there really became a market for reproductions of Tiffany designs and original designs as well. There was, and since then, it hasn't really slowed down. It's really just been, it's a staple.
Glass being a natural material, it just has beautiful properties when you illuminate it. I just always had a real attraction to stained glass. Whenever, as a kid, being forced to go to church or just going along with friends, I just always found myself looking at the stained glass. You can have, just a whole rainbow of colors in an object, and depending how you light it, or if it's a stained glass window, when the sun hits it, it just becomes truly beautiful. It's amazing that people can do something that, as Louis Tiffany said, can rival nature.
What started with 3 people is now a factory with 65 employees in Utica and over 1,500 worldwide. They found ways to reduce the costs of making Tiffany fixtures and incorporated a metalwork studio to help reach new markets for decorative lighting. There's a $2.8 million expansion underway. But despite the commonly heard complaints about New York State business taxes and power costs, Meyda Tiffany is staying put in its hometown.
We're from Utica, been born and raised in Utica. My parents still live in Utica. My brother lives here. My wife's family all lives here. Utica, is one of the best kept secrets probably in New York State. The life in Utica is easy. In 5 minutes you can be any place you want. In 1 hour you can be in the Adirondacks, in the mountains, on the water. In 4 hours you can be in New York at a show. When we produce a Tiffany lamp today, it's virtually the same as the Tiffany lamp that was being produced by Tiffany himself 100 years ago. So you've got to keep thinking of new ways to do things. We keep expanding of what you can do with stained glass and what you can do with decorative lighting.
For Unique New York, I'm Max Carroll.